But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
Dumb people, liberal people. $7 million for reef fish management. $25 million to combat Asian carp. $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
They're not accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience or Katie's audience.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. 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 We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We have to have law and order. People in law and order. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened. And where it should have stopped is at the deal stand when they thought about it. Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe.
Antifa exists
Look, talk about education. I've got to go. Who's ever run, I say when I say it, I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms that I was told could not possibly win the election. And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other side. Give me a look, though. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television, and he's like.
All of a sudden we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore. All of a sudden.
Not good. Believe me, not good. Not good. Believe me, not good.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
The truth of the matter is that when you look through some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened.
Hello everyone, and welcome. This is Above It All 100078. Yes, that is today's episodic installation. If you can't hear me that well, it's because I've got an elephant in front of the microphone. I apologize. Got a big, beautiful elephant full of big, beautiful black coffee. Whole ass cup of black ass motherfucking ass. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. This is gonna be, oh no, right? I'm exposing myself, right? I can't believe that I'm about to do this. I didn't set up anything today. Like, I started the show, like, Max took, like, fucking 20 minutes when I was walking him earlier. He just wouldn't go poop, right? And then he finally went poop, and then, you know. So, I apologize ahead of time if this show is a little bit lackluster. If it is, please don't hate me. Tomorrow will be better. But here's another thing. I saw this yesterday, and so I haven't researched this at all, but I saw this yesterday. The San Francisco police are preparing for a possible pro-Trump protest Monday outside of Twitter headquarters. I also heard that it's possible Donald Trump would also be in this location. So if anyone knows like what's going on or whatever, this is apparently going to take place today. There's going to be something going on at Twitter headquarters today. So if someone can find me a stream, if someone can find me something I can do a live broadcast of, I'll do a live broadcast. So I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know too much about that yet. So today's just going to be a little bit of a casual episode. You know, I'm allowed to have a casual episode. I stream 7 days a week, right? These dumb motherfuckers, right? And I'm gonna be honest here. Hear me out. Don't look at me because my glasses are off, but hear me out. There are these people out there that do these podcasts, right? And first of all, they don't even do weekends. They just don't. Like, I don't know. Like, they're just lazy podcasters. They don't do weekends, right? And then not only do they not do weekends, but then one of the 5 days that they are doing a podcast, oh, it's casual day. Oh, I'm just going to do no work today. You know, working 4 days a week is all I can handle. You know, I'm going to do a fifth, but it has to be casual. I can't take it seriously. Me, on the other hand, I do 7 days a week. I'm allowed to have a casual day once in a while, right? That's allowed. I'm not like this pompous, you know, podcaster. Right? But, hello, Jake. The Gray Zone videos. Maybe. Let me get a few things out of the way first, and then maybe. If I run out of my docket in like 40 minutes, then we'll get to it. But I do have a couple clips that I saw. Clips are easy. Right? Clips are easy. You know, oh, it's someone on Fox News saying something dumb. I don't even need to watch it. Bookmark, right? I don't know what this is. Here's a clip. I don't know what they're saying here. Fox's Janine. All I did was I was scrolling through and I was like, Fox and Friends? Bookmark. I don't even know what this is. I'm sure it's dumb. Right? If someone managed to clip this and then I managed to find it, it's gotta be dumb. So I'll trust everyone in my Twitter feed. Right? I'll trust them all. Let's see what Judge Janine Pirro has to say about something. I don't even know what the subject matter is. Why? Because I didn't even watch the clip. I just bookmarked it. Fox and Friends, bookmarked. Must be dumb.
Let's bring in Judge Janine Pirro, host of Justice with Judge Janine. Good morning, Judge.
Justice, more like just us. LMAO.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your reaction to that? Parler shut down.
Shut down.
Well, look, they gave us a taste of this pre-election when they suppressed the Hunter Biden story. And now that they've won, what we're seeing is a kind of censorship.
I love the they, by the way. So they showed us with the Hunter Biden, and now they won. I don't know what they won, but they won. And now that they won, it's like, I don't know, this is great. Again, I didn't even, like, this is great.
What we're seeing is a kind of censorship that is akin to a crystal knock, where they decide what we can communicate about. You know,
let's bring in Judge Janine Pirro, host of Justice with Judge Janine. Good morning, Judge.
What did I hear?
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your reaction to that? Parler shut down.
Say that one more time.
Well, look, they gave us a taste of this pre-election when they suppressed the Hunter Biden story. And now that they've won, what we're seeing is a kind of censorship.
To be honest, though, I wish Hunter Biden would suppress me. Have you seen those pictures of him, like, fucking smoking and laying in bed? I wish Hunter Biden would suppress me. That being said, what was that, Janine?
That is akin to a crystal knock, where they decide what we can communicate about. You know,
let's bring in Judge.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the...
I like, the thing is, okay, I'm going to provide you I can make fun of this. Like, she's a drunken bitch. Like, has Judge Janine Pirro ever been sober? Ever? Like, listen to her. Like, literally, like, listen to her. She's never sober.
Well, look, they gave us a taste of this pre-election when they suppressed...
Like, the way she speaks, you can tell she's just an alcoholic constant. Like, she drinks alcohol medicinally. Like, she's an alcoholic who's, like, wishes she wasn't an alcoholic. So, like, she just drinks it medicinally, like, in the morning. Like, she just... Like, right before bed, she pours a shot of vodka on the nightstand and leaves it there. And then she wakes up, right, 6 a.m., 5:30 even sometimes. Wake up, down it instantly. Right, you can tell given the fact that, you know, she can barely speak English, right? But that being besides the point, they really do want to be victims. Like, they really, like, it really is like a bizarre thing to me. Like, again, these are all rich people playing Like, they're literally acting. They're actors. These are not, like, this is a show. Like, you know when you're watching, like, House of Cards, right? I'm rewatching House of Cards recently, because why not, right? It's a good show. So, and you know how, like, in that show and other political dramas, you know, like, you know, you can pick out any of them. They've got these mock television sets, right? Where they pretend to be on television, and then you see, oh, those are the people from the show who are talking to Rachel Maddow, who's a real person. That's basically what this is. These are all actors. They're actors. They're on TV. The only difference is sometimes, right, they don't tell you that they're acting. And right here, they're not going to tell you that they're acting. These are actors. Do you think Judge Jeanine Pirro even knows anything about, like, Nazi Germany's history? No. No. Someone sent her an email, like, probably 10 minutes before she went on tonight. And, like maybe the email accompanied, like, a voice memo, and it's like, this is how you pronounce this word, practice it a few times, and then go on. And then she did. That's literally what these people do. They are actors. Like, you know that episode of SpongeBob where Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy get a movie, right? And instead of casting the original actors, they got actors. Remember? You know that episode I'm talking about with the, like, the weirdo, like, lip zoom in. These are actors. That's what they are. There's no way a real human being could say something this ludicrous and then actually mean it. The President of the United States can't scream like a baby on Twitter anymore. It's basically a pogrom. Like, oh, someone can't say that they want to kill AOC on Parler anymore. Oh no, the Nazis have won. Like, I'm telling you. They're actors. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is some dumb bullshit. Like, these, like, legit, like, you're gonna believe this? Again, like I was saying, I didn't even need to watch the clip. I knew it was gonna be dumb. So, thank you for the free content, Fox and Friends. You are my friends. Again, I'm sorry if this morning's show is a little casual. You know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I guess I should say hi to everyone in the chat room. Yeah, I'll do that. Sorry, I forgot to do that. I know, I'm being a piece of shit. Like, I'm getting so many new subscribers. Everyone's coming in here and they're like, oh, this is such a bad stream. Oh, this person's so poor. That's what you're probably like. Oh my god, I'm making such a bad impression. Hello, Dev J. Jason Poupard. Interesting name. Poupard. Am I Poupard? That can't be real, right? I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, right? Please let me know. King of Badgers, Top Damage Wizard, Esports Nation, Mr. Billy Reuben, Nicholas Nordland, Joseph of the Mud, Nathan Feldman, Sure Yif, Kurt, Damian Legion, Bangjo Dave, Joe Chen Spalding, hello, Desert Warren Spats Cannon. Hello. Baudry Starehopper. Hello. Christian. Felix Cornelius. Quibble in the chat. Lauren Realnamy. The Lead Striker. Jake Bodan Severduke. Glass Half Empty. I couldn't find a way to mispronounce that one. You got me? Space Dog. Kentucky Fried Space Comrade. A legal summons. Oh my god. A fucking legal summons. The Twitter drama this morning was incredible. JL. Did I get everyone? Shannon Bloom. Welcome, Shannon. Hello. Anyway, now that I've offended everyone in the chat room, let's move on. And by let's move on, I mean that would be where I would queue up another segment, but I don't have anything queued up. I literally don't. Like, when I say, I'm not even joking, I have nothing saved. Like, I can scroll through my Twitter bookmarks. Like, let's see, can I find anything good? Oh, here's a clip of Nancy Pelosi. No, never mind. Fuck that. Fuck Nancy Pelosi. It's irrelevant. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is the one I wanted to talk on. Okay, I'll do this one. But, hey, Jen Bennett. Welcome, welcome. So, again, I know I've been getting a lot of new people here, and I want to take a moment before I get further into this. Why? Okay, so, again, I started the stream 20 minutes ago. Right, let's be honest. Let's be real here. Okay, and let me, in the words of our president, preface this.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Okay, so I am streaming, right, for 20 minutes, 15 minutes really, because let's be honest, the intro, I was leaving that on because I was frantically trying to brush my hair, I was trying to get ready. So I've been streaming for 15 minutes in reality. I'm mispronouncing everyone's usernames. I'm trying to make everyone hate me. I'm telling you, this is not going to be a good show. And yet there's 75 people watching? What? What?
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're here for Max. Well, Max is in the background. He's being a freaking dog. Hello, Max. Nope. Well, sometimes when Max gets acknowledged, he just gets off the bed. He's just like, I need to walk around. I've been activated. It's like a wind-up toy. You just pull the string and then they walk around. Max! Hello! This is Max the dog, everybody. Hello, Ben Sore-Off Man. It's the honesty. Hello, Mark A. Hastings. New person says, great show. So this is Max the dog. For everyone who's new here, this is Max. I've had Max for about a month now. I got Max during my YouTube strike period in early December. Max was bestowed upon me. For those of you that don't know the story of Max, Max is a family friend's dog, and that family is facing financial hardship or something. I don't have all the details. And they were going to watch the dog. That is to say, the people in my family who are friends with this person. And then Max just kind of likes me the most. So Max is now my dog. That's kind of the story here. Max is a blind dog. If you get a look at his face, you'll notice one of his eyes just doesn't work. Let's see if I can get that in there. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. You can oh. Max! Max! You've conquered me. Anyway, so that's kind of the story. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but
in my opinion, it's never too late. So that's the story, fellas.
Glass half empty. I was gonna say $2, but that's actually 2 pounds. 2 pounds? Are those pounds? Are you trying to make like a joke about my weight or something? Hello? What the hell? No, thank you though. Thank you. Oi! I love the channel. Max is about 6 years old or so, to my understanding. So somehow I'm unsuccessful at my attempt at repelling more viewers from coming in the stream. I've gone from 75 to 77. I don't know, like I'm trying to make you people leave and you're still... Max, do you mind? Sometimes when Max scratches himself, like, he forgets that he's on the 2nd fucking floor. Like, someone lives downstairs. There is someone literally directly underneath my room. Someone is downstairs, and this dog is like, I'm gonna smash my leg into the ground as loud as possible. Like, I can't with this dog. Bring me on, then they'll leave. That's true, Jake. That's true. I'll bring you on. We'll do your thing, but you know, let me have my 40 minutes at least, you know? Are you the only UK viewer? No, not at all. But I welcome those from the UK. Hello, Doc Daniels. Hello, Sam. Welcome. Hello, Joe Chen. I already said hello to you. So, I revoked that last hello. In fact, you know what? I revoked the first hello. You can get that one. The one earlier, I'm taking it back. Hello, Reggie Byron. At what point in the clip with Eugene Goodman does he lead the mob away from the Senate chambers? What? At one point in the clip, I have no idea what you're referring to. Hello, Abigail Bowen. What is up? All right. Hello, Skeletino420. Speaking of which, I've got my device here, my apparatus, if you will. All right, let's read a story. Let's this is a news show, right? Like, let's fucking. What am I doing here? All right. So we got this dumb bitch, also known as stupid ass bitch, also known as like literally just what the fuck. So QAnon congresswoman faces calls for arrest after live tweeting Nancy Pelosi's location to rioters. Not good. Believe me, not good.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Did you use the word smart?
So, okay, I've been covering this one as well as Marjorie Taylor Greene a little bit more than a lot of channels. At least the channels that are in my sphere that I am aware of. Because, really, I mean, again, there's a lot of new people here, so I want to give you a little bit of a backstory. I started this show a year ago, mostly to cover Bernie Sanders in the primary. And when that kind of fell apart, I kind of switched more to focusing on just how ridiculous Trumpers were. And so this one, Lauren Boebert and mostly Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie is a little bit more wacko. Really came on my radar around, I want to say, like April or May. And these people are like they're nutso. They're absolutely out of control. Like, okay, when I was watching the I streamed the whole day during the Capitol attack. Now you can literally go back and watch it. It's like a 9-hour stream of basically right after Trump's speech. So it was like right around when they started C-SPAN or whatever. And this one was one of the first people to object to the election counting. And during the riot, she was tweeting Nancy Pelosi's location. She was saying, Nancy's out of the chamber. And so basically, really what we can do, to my understanding, and I'm going to read this article in a second here. To my understanding, assuming a rioter with the intent to capture Nancy Pelosi, which there were some there, was able to read her tweet and then act on it, I think that would make her, I think that would make it actionable against her, if I understand law correctly. Maybe I don't. But let's read this article. This is from Raw Story. My point here is that I've been covering these people for a while. They're nutso, right? They're nutso. Lauren Boebert, a gun-toting supporter of the QAnon movement, is facing backlash after she was accused of live tweeting House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's location during the attack on Capitol Hill last week. Boebert shared the tweet soon after President Donald Trump's supporters stormed the Capitol with deadly results. The speaker has been removed from the chambers, Boebert wrote. Again, what? Right? We were locked in the House chambers. The speaker has been removed. Today is 1776, she declared in another tweet. Now again, I covered, I think it was the day before, January 6th. She made a video where she's like, I'm going to carry my gun around Congress. The liberals won't be able to stop me because I support the Second Amendment. So this person was kind of bragging about bringing guns to the Capitol building, right? And then on January 6th, she says, today is 1776. What? Yeah, so you can read the rest of these. But The thing that I understand here is that, again, if there's if there's direct coordination between any of these terrorists that were trying to kill the speaker and her Twitter feed, I feel like she is going to jail. And then this also brings out another more important aspect of this. The most important fight right now, if you are a leftist and you care about elections or electoralism or our legislative bodies, the most important thing we can do right now, if you have a Democratic representative, call them, all of their offices, figure out who they are, get your senator, any federal representative that you are a constituent of, call them, and demand that they co-sponsor Cori Bush's legislation to expel the members of Congress that objected to the election results and that endorsed and embedded the terror attack. That is the most important thing we can do right now. Call your senators, call your reps. Now, if you have a Republican representative, like I do, I live in shit, fuck, motherfuck, ass fuck, so I've got a Republican rep. Mine, by the way, signed on to the objection. So what I would do if you have a Republican representative, and what you have to do is you have to do this. You can't call on the phone and say, fuck you! I'm gonna rake you over the coals! Like Jimmy Dore. That's not how it works. You don't do that shit, because you're not a fucking low IQ dullard like Jimmy Dore, right? You want to call them on the phone and say that you're very afraid, say that this attack is serious, say that you are, reading on social media that they're going to plan another attack, right? You need to be as reasonable, as emotional as possible, and you need to do it in all of their offices in multiple times a day in all of your representatives and senators that are Democrats. And if you've got Republicans, what you need to do is, personally, there's multiple prongs here. Personally, I called all of my Republican senators and representatives and asked them to resign, and I did so respectfully. And if let's say you get 100,000 people telling you to resign, I don't know, it's gonna make you sweat a little bit, right? Maybe. So I'm just throwing that out there. If you have a Democratic representative, it's a lot more, obviously, you can gain more out of this. But we need to expel these motherfuckers. All of them. Every single one of them needs to be expelled. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. They need to be expelled and locked up for sedition. Now, again, I am not a patriot. I do not like America. But there's a 14th Amendment for a reason. We've been through this before. We had dumbass motherfucking Confederates try to destroy the government before. That's why we've got the 14th Amendment. Why not use it? Right? If we get rid of half the or more than half of the Republican Party, imagine the legislation that opens up. Imagine you've got a House that's got 280 members in it, right? And 200 of them are Democrats, or how many there are, 218 or whatever. Imagine that situation. We've only got 30 Republicans left in the House. Imagine what the possibilities are. Look at the Senate. You can get 2/3 in the Senate. They would probably reappoint people relatively quickly, because that's how they do it in the Senate. But my point is, this opens up a huge possibility for legislative wins, and it's feasible. There's a 14th Amendment, and to my understanding, the 14th Amendment says that these people need to be expelled, barring a 2/3 majority of votes. To my understanding, and I want to read, I think it's Section 3, 14th Amendment, Section 3. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. I'm going to get to the super chat in a second. I like doing that in between segments. Thank you, by the way. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress, or elector of president and vice president, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state. And so this opens the way to expel members of state legislatures. Look at Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania literally performed a coup And I didn't cover that. I was going to, but then everything happened in the Capitol. But I'll maybe get into that. Who have previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States, or as any member of any state legislature, or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort. That's the important part. Aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Now, this is the part where it gets a little bizarre. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. Now, what does that mean? Now, I've seen a lot of people with multiple different interpretations of this. Does but Congress may, by a vote of a 2/3 majority, mean that they're expelled by default? And that you need to have the 2/3 majority to keep them? Because that's what it looks like. It says that you should not be a senator or representative. That's what it starts with. You cannot be a senator or representative, but for a 2/3 vote that allows you to keep your job. That's what it says. So I say, let's put it to a vote. Can they get 2/3 in the House and the Senate? Probably not. Expel those motherfuckers. Expel them. Now, if someone wants to give me the alternate reading and tell me how it works, I would like you to I would like you to let me know. But again, it says right here, if you engage in sedition or give aid or comfort, today is 1776. The speaker just left the chamber. That sounds like both aid and comfort. The 14th Amendment should disqualify these motherfuckers and the president. By the way, the president is not immune to this. They need to be expelled now. Now, Nancy Pelosi said this morning, or last night, whichever, I read it this morning, that tomorrow, or maybe later, or actually, no, today's Monday. So today, she is going to be having a caucus call to discuss the 14th Amendment, particularly Section 3. So we'll see. Will Nancy Pelosi stand up and do what it takes to hold the Republican Party accountable? She hasn't so far. She's failed so far to hold the Republicans accountable. Will she step up now? Or are we going to have to endure a second Capitol attack? Are we going to have to endure an attack on the inauguration? Are we going to have to endure these people trying to attack, like, the vice president, rather, the president-elect on Inauguration Day? Because that's what they're planning. That's what they said that they're planning to do. So, is Nancy Pelosi going to stand up? Or is she going to sit down and let these neo-Nazi fascist losers destroy the country? She said 14th Section 3, not me. She said it. So let's see how this goes. This is very important stuff. Again, the most important thing we can do right now. Oh, force the vote on Medicare for all. Whoa, whoa. You know what would be a lot easier to get Medicare for all if we expelled 130 fucking Republicans. It would be a lot easier to get a $15, hell, $20 minimum wage if we expelled 130 Republicans. You know it would be a lot easier to get a climate legislation if we expelled 130 Republicans. Get a stimulus package, maybe even $2K monthly, if we expelled 130 Republicans. Imagine how easy this would be, right? Now again, will Democrats live up to the moment? Probably not. But hold the phone, everybody. Call them up. If you live in a Democratic state, call them up multiple times a day. Get all your friends to call them up. Write them letters. I mean, letters are probably a waste of time because by the time they get there, it'll be like, you know, the Nazis will already have control of the government by the time the letters get there. But write them emails, call them. They should be expelled, but for a 2/3 majority. So let's do it. Let's get it. We don't need to impeach. We should. But we don't need to. We can just get rid of these people right now. They're gone. They're done. So, that's, I think, in my opinion, the most important thing we can do right now. Thank you, Wes Crosby. Here's a coffee on me. Thanks. $5. I could buy like a whole bag of coffee with $5. So, that's not a coffee. That's like, maybe like fucking 30 of these. This is like, you know, I could, you know, that's a lot of coffee. So, thank you. I live in North Carolina, AL. I live in North Carolina. Idiosarchy, I read the title expecting it to be an exaggeration, but then after seeing you, I realize every word is true. Wowee! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I try my best. I am a truth teller. I speak truth to power, and then I also speak truth to those without power. I just speak truth. So? Mike Silver, Andrea, did you see the black hero Capitol cop who lured mob into a trap full of cops and then detained them? I did not. Feel free to send me a link. 1-6 was a failed coup by Trumpers. JL, $5. And its participants are traitors to our democracy. No excuses. Lock them all up. Absolutely. Again, people are serving 45 years in jail for flipping a cop car. And you're not going to expel 130 Republicans who tried to destroy the government? What? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. And like, to be honest,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ
would not expel 130 Republicans. Now, in between these segments, you know what? I might even make this its own segment. I am? Okay, so I'm just going to have this on screen. That'll be on screen. This will be my visual. So there is a contingent of ostensibly left-wing people. Jimmy Dore is a chief example. That are saying, oh, the coup, no big deal. You know what? Honestly, those white supremacists that want to murder people of color and trans and gay people, they'd be better than Nancy Pelosi. That's what Jimmy Dore is saying. Right? So a lot of these people are saying that attempting to expel 130 Republicans after they violated the Constitution openly and brazenly is a waste of time. What? They would rather AOC force a vote on Medicare for all. What? Now again, these people claim they're not fascists. And I'm going to name Jimmy Dore, and I'm not going to name anyone else because a lot of these people are just dumbass fanboys and their names are irrelevant. They've got like 2,000 Twitter followers. Who gives a shit, right? Speaking of people that have 2,000 Twitter followers, myself, I don't know how it happened, right? But anyway, there are these people out there that think forcing a vote on Medicare for all is more important than expelling 130 members of Congress, which would, by the way, make forcing a vote on Medicare for all much more feasible, right? So why is it that these so-called leftists, those in the People's Party, they're in the People's Party, and they're leftier than now. Why are they saying we shouldn't expel the members of Congress who attempted to incite a coup at the Capitol? Why don't they want that? Well, first of all, they deny the seriousness of the coup attempt. They ignore the fact that cops were on their side. Jimmy Dore himself said, oh, well, if only they had stimulus checks, then they wouldn't have done it, implying that they're poor. They're not poor. These are not working class people. So they're lying about the demographics here. Oh, they're just poor and working people. No, these are business owners. These people got exposed and doxxed. Fucking Karens, like with hair salons, Karens with fucking accounting firms, Karens that are lawyers, Kens that are fucking state legislators. These are not poor people. Oh, I need my checks. They flew from Arkansas to Washington and stayed in one of the wealthiest hotels across the street from the Capitol. But they need survival checks. That's what Jimmy Dore says. They spent thousands of dollars on a fucking trip to the Capitol, staying in one of the most luxurious hotels. But they need survival checks, right? These people have been downplaying this fucking coup attempt. They don't want you to know that fascism is a serious problem. They want to hide it from you at all costs. And that is very, very problematic. If anyone is out there saying that forcing a vote on Medicare for all is more important than forcing a vote on expelling those members of Congress who participated in a seditious attack on the Capitol, they are dumb motherfuckers. They don't know how process works. They don't understand procedure. They don't understand civics. They don't understand government. They don't care about helping people. What they are, Jimmy Dore, I think, is a paid bad faith actor. But all of those that follow him are just dumb as shit. If you think that forcing a vote on Medicare for all is more important than expelling 130 Republicans, you're a dumbass. If you think Donald Trump being banned on Twitter is more important than the Capitol attack, you're a dumbass. Plain and motherfucking simple. There is no if. There is no and. There is no, but. You are a dumb motherfucker. And your dumbassery, your dullardry, your stupidity is only in service to fascism and capital. It's not anti-capitalist to defend a coup attempt by Nazis. That's not anti-capitalist. What? You're an anarchist and you're defending Nazis taking over the government? That doesn't sound very anarchist to me, right? So these people are here to fake you out. There is a huge problem with these left media infiltrators. Their role, particularly like folks like, the Gray Zone is a big outlet that I've been looking at, and we might talk about them later. These people are here to distract you. They're here to indoctrinate you. They're here to mislead you. The People's Party? What? The People's Party? What? What is the People's Party? Well, the People's Party in Canada is a fascist party. A literal Nazi party. There are multiple People's Parties in Europe. You know what they are? Mostly fascist parties. So why is all of a sudden the People's Party in the United States? By the way, all the people related to it are downplaying the coup attempt. Interesting. But they're a left-wing party? They're more left-wing than AOC? Now, one of the problems here is that people like Jimmy Dore in the Gray Zone and all these dumb motherfuckers, and I'll throw Brianna Joy Gray in there, they're trying to define what being far left is. They're trying to rewrite the definitions of leftism. Being far left is not being anti-fascist. It's wanting AOC specifically to force a specific parliamentary procedure. That's far left. If you don't want a specific member of Congress to force a specific parliamentary procedure, then you're not a real leftist, apparently. That's what they say. They're trying to define the terminology of leftism. They're trying to define leftism in a way that is not anti-fascist. If you are not anti-fascist through and through 100% of the time, you are not a leftist, plain and simple. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. If you are defending Nazis storming the Capitol, you are not holier than thou. You are not leftier than thou. You're a dumb motherfucker. And I'm sick and tired of these dumb motherfuckers that are saying, oh, what? You're calling me a fascist? Well, yeah, I am. Why? Well, why are you defending 130 seditionist Republicans? Oops. Maybe you should have thought before you spoke. And here's the thing, and I want to tack this on at the end. If you change your mind, great. Right? That's awesome. I want you to change your mind. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want people to change their mind. So I'm just throwing that out there. And DCK Punk, you're going to lose people with Brianna Joy Gray bashing. I'm not bashing her. I'm not bashing her. Like, Brianna Joy Gray, first of all, she was a corporate lawyer. Now, again, does that disqualify you from everything? No. But you have to realize that. Second of all, let's be honest. Bernie's campaign flopped. So she had one of the highest ranks in the Bernie campaign, and it flopped. So, track record, not so good. Third of all, she's been downplaying the death threats against AOC. She's been downplaying the death threats against all the members of Congress on January 6th. When the coup attempt was happening, she was mocking it and saying it was funny. She was mocking the members of Congress who are barricaded in their rooms. She likes tweets and retweets people that do the same. She is a bad faith actor. And again, if you were to ask me a month ago, I would be like, I love Brianna Joy Gray. I love Brianna Joy Gray if you were to ask me a month ago. But it's like, I've seen enough from her. I've seen enough from her. And again, if she wants to turn this around and be a better person, by all means. By all means. Right? I hope so. And that's why I'm criticizing her. I don't criticize people because I want to cancel them. Right? I don't criticize people because I want to lock them up in jail forever for being a podcaster. I criticize them because I want them to be better people. And if someone is the former press secretary of the Bernie 2020 campaign, I'm sorry, but you cannot be out there defending a fascist takeover of the government. I'm sorry. Imagine what Bernie feels. Imagine, like, y'all, we all like Bernie here, right? I hope. Imagine what Bernie feels seeing Brianna Joy Gray tweet about how AOC is a weakling. What do you think Bernie feels about Brianna Joy Gray tweeting about how the coup attempt was no big deal? Seriously. Because if you ask him, and it's off the record, I guarantee you he'd have quite a few words to say. Top Damage Wizard. Brianna Joy Gray is the end-all, be-all of absolutely nothing. We are not a cult of personality, have bad takes, get jettisoned. It's that simple. Agreed. And again, I want to make it explicitly clear. If she does like a rehabilitation tour, I'll listen. Same thing with all of the other people. I'll listen. If they want to go out there and apologize, I'll listen. I'm not canceling anybody. I'm not. I'm just saying, when you're the former press secretary of Bernie Sanders, you cannot go on your 350,000 follower Twitter account and mock AOC for almost dying. You just can't do that. I'm sorry. As far as I'm concerned, that's disqualifying. And now, my problem with Brie is she does this thing where she tweets and then deletes them within like 10 minutes. So she doesn't want them, like she tweets out this garbage mocking these politicians for nearly dying, and then she deletes it. But then it's not like she deletes it as like, oh, I didn't mean it, or oh, I shouldn't have said that. She keeps doing it. So it's like a game. It's like Trump retweeting white power and then erasing the retweet. It's a game to them. And that's what I'm fucking pissed about. So, I mean, I'm not here to go after Brianna and to cancel her and to say she's evil or disgusting. I'm here to say she needs to do better. She has a platform. She had emphasis on immense credibility, being the press secretary of the Bernie campaign. She has a responsibility. If I, some dumb bitch with 100 views, understand the responsibility of my platform, why doesn't the former Bernie Sanders press secretary that gets $35,000 a month on her Patreon, that has 350,000 Twitter followers, that does like these podcasts that get thousands and thousands of views, why doesn't she feel any responsibility on her platform? Maybe she does. Maybe the responsibility she feels is to the people giving her money. Maybe. Maybe. So, just throwing that out there. This is so disappointing. Like, it really is. It really is. All these people that claim to be left endorsing the coup. It's so disappointing. But, yeah. You know. Should have been using the term fascism about the Republican Party in 2015. Absolutely. 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 I'm, for those of you that don't know, like, my first kind of major foray into politics and political organizing was through, anti-fascist organizing, regular, like, Democratic, party-aligned, like, groups organizing. Like, I did Medicare for All protests. I did anti-imperialism protests when I lived in Washington, that is, D.C. I I did anti-fascist protests whenever Proud Boys would invade cities that I was, close enough to go to. And so, like, in that, I learned precisely how dangerous fascists are. I've been swatted by fascists. I have gotten death threats by fascists. I have had people, dox me. That's the step one to being swatted. But so I understand firsthand how dangerous these people are. I get death threats on a nearly daily basis from right-wingers. So when you see those left-wingers go out there and say, oh, we need to force a vote on Medicare for all, there's no such thing as Nazis. What? There's no such thing as Nazis? You're probably saying that because you're a rich, straight, white podcaster who doesn't go outside of their house. That's why they're saying there's no such thing as Nazis. You don't leave your house. You're a straight, cis, white podcaster. If the Nazis win, you're fine. Jimmy Dore doesn't have to worry if the Nazis win. You know what I mean? Me, on the other hand, if the Nazis win, I'm dead. And if the Nazis don't win, I still might be dead. Again, I had a SWAT team sent to my house with the intent to kill me. Right? I could be dead right now because of these people. But you see all these prominent left-wing podcasters. Oh, Nazis, what? No such thing. Unbelievable. Did I have a political family? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by a political family? People need to understand that the right will never share power with the left. Always been like this. Slave owners were able to convince poor white people to maintain slavery. Same with segregationists. Exactly. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, this is like a really important thing for me. And so again, I go into all of this from an anti-fascist perspective. That is my core first principle. Right? That the rest of my politics is wrapped around. That is my first principle, is being against the rise of fascism. And if that means AOC being a temporary ally, that means AOC being a temporary ally. Now, if your first principle, like a lot of these weirdo left-wing podcasters, right? If their first principle is, I want to stop paying health insurance premiums, and that's all they care about, right? Skeletino, I'm very uninformed. Can someone help me understand what M4A has to do with the coup attempt? Skeletino, these left-wing podcasters that I've been talking about, like the Jimmy Dores and the Gray Zones and the fucking whatevers, right? That I've been making all these videos about. These people are all unanimously saying, ignore the coup attempt. We gotta get Medicare for all anyway. They're literally crazy motherfuckers. It's QAnon shit. At this point, it's QAnon. It's Gamergate. Literally. Oh, when I say I'm gonna rake AOC over the coals, I'm holding her accountable. When I say I'm gonna come for AOC and I'm never gonna stop, I'm just holding her accountable. Oh, I don't hate women. I just care about ethics and games journalism. Oh, I don't hate democracy. I just care about election integrity. It's the same shit with these people. They're right-wing psychological operations. And so again, I'm going to use my platform to make sure that as many people as possible don't take them seriously. So, and I have 110 people watching, so seems I'm doing a decent job, right? KKK put flyers in my yard saying, I want you with the Uncle Sam with... Can you take a picture? Hey, Captain Beardy. I go off call in 2 hours. I'm going to get high and just fucking chill all day. Dude, same. Gamergate was testing the water for a right-wing psyop? Absolutely. Zorak, send me that somewhere. You know, just somewhere. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if this dumb bitch, also known as Waking Jake, wants to send me that video. Because you know, I'm not the only one going after these dumb motherfuckers, as I like to call them. I'm just maybe one of the more vocal ones, and so, you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, again, and I want to be very explicit about this. I've gotten, in the last month, going after Jimmy Dore and the Force to Vote, red, brown, dumbasses. I have gotten death threats from these people. Right? So it's like, I understand why people are afraid to go after them. I do. I understand that. But again, I've been swatted. What's the worst that they're going to do? Swat me again? Okay. I got experience. I can get out of it a second time. So fuck them. If these people want to come after me, fuck them. Just proves me right. Mike Silver, will you do a second show today? I might. To my understanding, there's like a Trump rally happening. I've heard people mention it. I'm not sure if that's like a thing that Trump's going to attend, or if it's just a pro-Trump rally, or what. But I don't know. I hear that today there's going to be a pro-Trump action in regards to Twitter headquarters. So if there is a live stream, if someone wants to get me like B-roll to comment over, I'll do a second show. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like the Trumpers with the head cut off, or Trump going there himself. I'm not sure. I also don't know if Trump can go there himself without being immediately sent to prison. Like, you know, you have to understand Trump is really walking on eggshells right now. Bella LeBlanc, there's another Million Militia March, supposedly sometime between the 16th and 21st. No one has gotten their dates right. It's 16th and 17th, which are next weekend. The weekend is theoretically where you can get more casual people. And again, most of the people that stormed the Capitol, we all saw the picture of like the old lady with the fucking flag that looked like she was out of a fucking nursing home, right? The reason why those terrorists were able to storm the Capitol was because they had strength in numbers. They just had so many dumb motherfuckers in like fur costumes just willing to distract everyone, while the zip tie motherfuckers just ran around in oh yeah, isn't there impeachment going on? Good point, Mud Joe. Are they going to stream that? Am I going to be able to watch impeachment proceedings? I'll cover that. If the Congress goes in session, I'll cover it. Hold up. Oh! Did it just start at 11 a.m.? Hold on.
Hence, should the worst happen, Pelosi not in that room, but of course also in the Capitol at that time. Those doors were locked just minutes after a police...
Let me try to find C-SPAN. If they are live, I might just kick all the other segments down the road and just do this. Let's watch C-SPAN. C-SPAN. Love me some C-SPAN.
Live House coverage on C-SPAN.
The House will be in order.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching episode 1078 of Above It All. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the quick outro, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the stream, and we're going to watch the House impeach the motherfucker again, right? So thank you all for watching. Jake, if you're still listening, we'll do that shit tomorrow or maybe later today. Let's watch this motherfucker get impeached. Let's go. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Enjoy the outro. I am going to pause the video here and we'll watch it at like 1.25x speed. So don't worry about it. We'll be a little bit behind, but we'll catch up and it'll be live. So thank you, everyone. I know today's episode was a little, little bizarre, but thank you for dealing with me. I will make a separate stream. So I will make a separate stream page and go there when it's made. It'll be made within 5 to 10 minutes, okay? So thank you and goodbye for right now.
Today, in the history of presidential politics, puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened. But you have to go home now. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We have to have law and order with people in law and order. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We have to have people in law and order. We have to have people in law and order. We have to have people in law and order. We have to have people in law and order.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. Well, you have to say, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
In my opinion, it's never too late. So, little double sound deck. So that's the story, fellas.